Hi, I'm Jerry Mikulski. I'm an OG user of TheBrain. Arguably, I'm one of the first people outside of the company who ever used the product because they let me use it a month before they shipped to everybody back in 1998. Um, I've been using TheBrain all these years, almost 3 decades now, and they just released fully the Brain 15, their latest version. And I've been using the Brain 15 for a while. They've been working out the bugs. They just kind of made a big deal out of it and put some marketing out for it. And if you've been watching the Brain's marketing, it looks like the rest of their marketing. It's really hard to tell that anything different or special has happened. So I want to just, as a fan and as probably their lead user, and as the curator of the world's largest openly published handmade mind map that we know about, I just want to tell you 3 reasons why this is a really big deal, and you might want to go back and try the Brain again or try it now if you've never heard of it before. I'm showing you here my Brain, and I've got 3 reasons why the Brain is a big deal. Here are the 3. First, they've rewritten the Brain software kind of 3 times in this 30-year history of the Brain. This one is great. They suddenly don't have to work real hard to have unity across their platforms because this works on Windows, Mac, Linux, etc. They are turning new features very, very quickly, so there are new revs coming out. It's a whole new world in terms of just the team's ability to deliver on things they want to get done. Second thing is, the Brain 15 embeds Brain Smart generative AI in the app. They now have a thing called Cerebro, this thing. There we go. The Brain 15 embeds really smart AI in the app. This little AI icon, this chip over here, you press on that and all of a sudden Cerebro is there. And as you can see, they've tied it to ChatGPT models so far. I'm hoping they'll also go over to Anthropic's Claude. But at this point, you can sort of pick your model and it tells you what kind of effort that means for the model. But this AI is actually trained. Its harness knows how to curate a brain. This is a huge deal. This is a really great idea, and they've executed it really well. So you can tell this brain, hey, I would like to build out a brain about alternative energy versus fossil fuels. Who are the players? What are the issues? What are some of the lead experiments? And what are some of the theories about why and when and whether alternative fuels take over from fossil fuels? You could just ask the brain to do that and it will populate your brain with pointers to appropriate articles, etc., etc. The Brain's problem for 30 years has been uptake, has been people trying to learn to use it to make some sense of the world and build out their brain. I'm weird in that the moment my wet brain saw Harlan, the inventor, demo the Brain back in 1998, my wet brain was like, oh yeah, that's how I think. And I didn't need any coaching, didn't need a tutorial, didn't need the manual. I just started using it. And that's probably one of the reasons why I've been so consistent over time and have been using it in this way. If you didn't find that to be true, give it another go, because now they have overcome the hurdle of, well, how do I produce a brain? I've coached my AI so that it will check first to see if there's an entry already there. One of the examples here is Nikola Tesla, the famous inventor. Add his inventions, add other things about Nikola Tesla. I've already got Tesla in my brain, but now my Cerebro will actually say, hey, here's a duplicate. We won't add that, but would you like to add this and this and this? And we're off to the races. Then finally, the Brain's new pricing favors experimentation. So the Brain is completely free on the desktop. Harlan has changed the pricing dramatically. The company has changed the pricing dramatically. Here's their price sheet. And I'm kind of blown away because what they really want is a lot of people trying this out. They have made public brains unlimited. You could create one or many. I'm strange among brain users in that I've only got one brain file, really. Maybe there's a couple other little experiments, but really there's one brain file that I use. But you can have, as long as it's public, and my brain is mostly public, you can synchronize and share for free. They do free synchronization for up to 1,000 thoughts in private brains. Now, my brain is 645,000 thoughts, so I would not get free synchronization. But they want you to try the sync. The sync lets you, first it lets you coordinate between the brain on your iPad and your desktop and maybe a second desktop. So that's kind of cool. I love the sync because I can give people a link to a particular thought in my brain that they can go chase down. And when they look at that thought, they're looking at the servers at TheBrain. That's what sync does for me. Then there's 100 megabytes of sync attached storage and some limited AI usage. They want you to try Cerebro. Once you try Cerebro, you'll want to bump up to one of their other plans, probably. But you could do an incredible number of things with just the free app and have to pay nothing to them at all. So give it a try. The Brain 15 is a big deal. If you pay attention to TheBrain's marketing, which is really good, you can't tell this is a big jump, but it is. So this is Jerry Mikulski, a huge fan, lead user, saying, give this a whirl.